Hello, my name's Lizzie. I'm Anglican. In 3.5 months' time, I'm going to be moving into a convent ready to become a postulant. I'm aware that my last few videos have been more ones of sharing my own story, or my own sort of vocation story so far, or up to however far I've got in telling it, which you might find useful or interesting, or alternatively you might find deeply boring. So I thought I'd do one that might interest more people, which is just answering a few really quick questions that people might have, like how old I am and what tradition I'm from and all that kind of thing. So hopefully, if my previous videos were very boring for you, this one might be a bit more interest to you, and definitely a lot shorter anyway. So here goes. How old are you? I'm 32, about to turn 33 next month. Interesting age, because lots of Christians have found that significant things happen to them when they reach 33. What family do you have? Both my parents are still together, and I've got a brother and sister, and I'm the oldest of us three. But we're very close in age, the three of us. And my parents recently moved to Leicester, so they happen to live in the same city as me now, whereas my brother and sister, they live elsewhere in the country. Where do you live? I live in Leicester, which if you're not from England, um, it's spelt Leicester. So it looks like it might be pronounced Leicester, but it's pronounced Leicester, and it's a city right pretty much like in the middle of England, and more specifically than that, I actually live in Leicester city centre itself, on my own in a block of flats. Where do you work? I've got 4 part-time jobs that I juggle, and all of them are in Leicester city centre. The main 3 of them are pretty much all 10 hours a week, and with 2 of them I can choose my own hours. So basically I try to juggle all these 3 jobs around the Eucharist every day. But so my 3 main jobs are doing the behind the scenes work for Leicester street pastors, and then I clean a Methodist church and all its surrounding outreach and community use rooms. And I also work with adults with learning disabilities, helping them just to do fun activities during the day, like cooking, drama group, computers, singing, that kind of thing. And sometimes I do some proofreading over the internet if they've got work for me on top of that. What are you filming on and editing with? I am basically filming on this tiniest of most basic of phones, and on my laptop, and then I've just got, what is it, UCam 7 downloaded on this laptop, and I'm editing just on Windows Movie Maker, which came with my laptop, so I haven't really downloaded or used anything special, as you can probably tell by the quality of my videos. But it's fun, like trying to teach myself bits of editing, because I've never really done it before. What's your Christian tradition? If you're asking what kind of what denomination I belong to, well, I'm Anglican, because I start all my videos with it. So if you're in America, the equivalent would be Episcopalian. Because I'm in England, more specifically it means that I'm a member of the Church of England. The Church of England is very broad, like more so than I think the Episcopal Church is, in terms of the styles within it. So within the Church of England, I belong to the more Catholic end of it. I really don't fit labels. So I'm kind of more Catholic, Anglo-Catholic, liberal Catholic with charismatic sympathies maybe. I go to I guess an Anglo-Catholic church, but one that is happy to have female priests. So the kind of style of our worship would be what some people might call more traditional or formal. So we use like all different senses, like we'll use incense and bells, and the priests will wear robes, and it will be a Eucharist every Sunday, and also we have Eucharist services during the week as well. And my church has got quite a strong devotion to Mary. So we'll say the Angelus at our services, which I've got no problem with. Although I personally don't quite believe in all the theology about Mary that you get in some Catholic theology. But yeah, Mary has a big part in my life and is a very important role model to me, like spiritually speaking. So that's the kind of like church tradition that I belong to. If you're wondering kind of just more generally what kind of spirituality is mine, I suppose on top of placing a big emphasis on the Eucharist and reserved sacrament and real presence, if you're familiar with those phrases, I suppose contemplative prayer or silent prayer is a big part of my day and my spirituality. And I suppose that the things that I most find myself reading about are things about either contemplative prayer or Carmelite spirituality or mystical prayer, and often how contemplative prayer and social action meet or influence each other, or just anything to do with where contemplative prayer combines with or leads to social action. Last question, what date am I entering the convent? Unless anything changes, it will be Monday the 14th of August.